Alright, in this video I'm going to be talking about a sorceress, a hybrid sorceress that uses Frozen Orb and Charged Bolt. You can call her an Orb-boltress or a Charged-boltress or whatever you want to call her. This particular build can clear every area in the game, level 85 areas. It can kill all act bosses, super uniques. In my opinion, if you don't have an infinity polearm for your mercenary, this is the build to go with if you want to magic find with a sorceress. The gear selection is the same as any other sorceress. You can play around with it if you like, but this is the way that I'll spec them out. Heart of the Oak, that's a 40 resist. That's an up pair of Mage Fist. I'm using a 30% Nagel Ring. A handy dandy good old SOJ. Gotta have them. +1. All skills. 20 to mana. Increase maximum mana. 25%. Spiderweb Sash. It's 120 enhanced defense on this one. FCR. Slows target plus skill. Best caster belt. Best non-caster belt. In my opinion. Unless you're looking for DR and some more FHR. For the armor, Chains of Honor and a Dust Shroud. Shield, Spirit, just cookie cutter stuff. Helmet, Harlequin Crest Shaco with a P Topaz in it. And a 2528 Maris. As usual on Switch, this is a 333 CTA with a Spirit. Again, the gear is your typical sorceress caster setup. You have max resist and a hell difficulty game. Overall, you're sitting at with this particular setup, inventory and character. I have 200% MF. I have 114% FCR. The last breakpoint that I hit was 105. I could eliminate either the gloves or the belt, which in my opinion, the belt would probably be the one to stay. If you got rid of the gloves, you would need some more FCR. You would have to use you could get by with using 10 FCR rings, or if you're lucky and you can trade or craft for a +2 Sorc skills, 20 FCR amulet with some resist on it and maybe some magic find. That would be the dream if you get one of those. But since I don't have one of those, I'm going with Mage Fist, so I'm okay with having the additional FCR. And then as far as my FHR, faster hit recovery, the breakpoint that I was trying to hit was 60, and I actually hit 75 with 55 on the Spirit and 20 on the Sand Tracks. With just the Spirit, I would need 5 to hit my breakpoint, so I could go pick up a FHR small charm off one of my mini mules or playable characters, and that would allow me to replace these treks with some war traps, since I would be magic finding. I just don't feel like doing that, and treks are one of the better set of boots in the game, because of the FHR and because of the strength and vitality. And then the DR, I have 18% DR, 8% on my Chains of Honor, and of course 10% on my Shaco. So you have 18 DR. And then overall I have +18 to my skills. So With this setup, again, 200 MF, 114 FCR, 75 FHR, 18 DR, and plus 18 skills. Inventory wise, I have a 1610 source torch, very low roll on resist, but it gets the job done. A 1412 Annie, again low rolls, it's part of the game. A 36 Geeds. I have some small charms, a 7, a 7, a 5, a 5, a 5. That's a large charm. It's got 23 life, 31 mana. You can't beat it. It's perfect for this build. And then I have a 17 life, all resist 3, and a 6. And if you find 7s or have 7s, you could put more if you want more MF. Again, I'm sitting at 200 MF. It's not the best, it's not the worst. Like I said, my other characters that I magic find with, sometimes my light source has 400 plus, my trap sin has 500 plus. However you want to gear it up as far as your inventory. If you didn't want to use a CTA, you could put a gold dagger in a rhyme, you could put an Alibaba in a rhyme, or you can put an Istic crystal and an Istic monarch and go that route. But I like the extra life and skills and damage you get from the CTA. But like I said in the beginning of this video, if you do not have an infinity, you can use this particular build and do a lots of damage. You can clear level 85 areas quickly. Sometimes I think a little quicker than a pure lightning source. It just depends on what spawns. As far as your skills on your lightning tree, you put one in static, one in telekinesis, one in teleport, and then I maxed out charge bolt, which is your secondary source of damage. It gets 6% damage from just pure lightning. So I maxed out lightning, and since I will never use lightning, I went ahead and maxed out lightning mastery. So it's increasing my lightning damage by 482. So just one here, one here, one here, max this, and max that. You could put 1 point into thunderstorm and just have that extra type of lightning damage, but I found that for each additional point in lightning mastery, your damage increased a lot as far as charged bolts concerned. For your fire spells, you just put 1 point in warmth, and then in cold, you just put 1 point in frozen, and then you get down here to where you can get to frozen orb, and you max out frozen orb, and then of course ice bolt, you max ice bolt out. So overall, damage wise, my frozen orb is doing 563 to 588, which is good. And then my charged bolt damage is doing 544 to 569. And as you'll see in my video when I'm playing, it just destroys stuff. Yes, there will be mods on some monsters where you can't kill. The same thing applies to an infinity mercenary. Sometimes they are immune to physical and lightning damage. No matter what you do, you just move on. This build is quick. This build can kill. It's fun to play. Again, it's just, if you don't have an infinity, this is the way you go. For your mercenary, I have an ethereal insight, just a non-ethereal Archon plate fortitude, and a G-face. If you got an ethereal fortitude, put it on. If you got an Andes ethereal, put it on. It doesn't matter. This is a hell difficulty game. As you can see, he's max resist. His defense is high and his damage is 1k to 5.5k. And then he's got a level 14 meditation on here, so it keeps your mana pool up. Your charged bolt's doing 21 mana per click. and your frozen orb is 43. And if you get to the point you're running out of mana, just drink a pot and you'll be alright. With the FCR at 114, you teleport around pretty quick and you release charge bolts pretty quick. Of course, your frozen orb is on the delay, but it's still quick and it kills. Again, this build, it will die, just like all the builds. They can die if you make mistakes, if you don't know when to avoid. Like if you go down to kill Nilithok and there's tomb vipers everywhere, you better get out of there, you're gonna die. Same thing in the pits. When there's a champion pack of archers, you better get out of there because you're probably gonna die. You just need to learn to avoid certain situations and you'll be alright. You'll never die and you won't lose gold and all that good stuff. Gold's easy to get, but I hate losing gold. As you can see, I have 0 gold. And I have very little gold because I died a lot. I didn't pay attention. And then your mercenary dies and you gotta resurrect him. So if you avoid certain situations, you won't die. Hardcore or non-hardcore, if you avoid certain situations, you won't ever die. As far as the way I use my keybinds, I always have teleport on E. I have static on D. I have my armor on X and telekinesis on F, which you use for picking up gold, waypoints, opening chests, etc. My damage, I have frozen orb on A, charged bolter on S, and that's it. My town portal is on R. My weapon switch is on spacebar. Battle orders and battle command, F1, F2. That's how I play every character. That's just the way I play it. You can do your keybinds any way you want. This is what works for me. You just teleport around. I hold down shift with my ring finger on my left hand, and I'm switching through my skills with my middle finger and my index finger, hitting space bar with W, holding down Alt to see items with my index finger, switching between static and teleport with my index finger. Same thing with F. My middle finger and index finger switches my skills very quickly, and that's just the way I play. Been playing like that for years. Everybody has their own way of playing. That's just mine. So, as you've seen the stats, this girl's a level 90, max resist. I'm not worried about max block. Enough points for your monarch. Rest and vitality. This particular character is real old. I built this character 2007 was when she was born, so to speak, and roughly had her max level, very quickly when you're deep into playing the game. And then just over time I've muled items over to her and turned her into the killer machine that she is. The name is Rather Be a Warlock, simply because I play a warlock in World of Warcraft, and at the time I was just tired of playing World of Warcraft, just needed to take a break, but I'd rather be playing World of Warcraft if that makes any sense. So, Rather Be a Warlock. You could put more 7 MF charms to stack Magic Find. Like I said, I have 200. That's probably good enough. There's always room for more. Again, you could gear this character up any way you want. The most difficult thing to obtain would probably be your Chains of Honor because of the Bear Rune, and your Hoto because of the Vex. If you're self found and only using public trade games, yeah, those are your hardest 2 items to get. If you're buying your stuff or you D2 JSP, shouldn't be that problem. I don't use those things, don't feel the need to, don't look down on people that do. I say that all the time. Have fun, play the game however you want to play it. It's your life, it's your money, it's your decisions. Shaco is easy to get. Mirrors, they will drop if you grind out, but you'll probably have to trade for that. If you're on ladder, you can make spirits all day long, simple. If you're on non-ladder, I mean, they're pretty cheap. The boots, they drop a lot. The SOJs, not so common. You'll probably have to trade for those if you're not lucky. The Nagel ring, I mean, they drop like half the time when you get a ring and you think it's an SOJ, it's one of these bad boys. 30% is the perfect on the magic find, so that's why I'm using it, just so I can get more magic find. And then Mage Fist, that's the most common drop. And like I said, these are upped. They're battle gauntlets. Um, you don't have to up them. It's just what I did. I was bored, so I did it. It didn't increase the stats. It just increased the defense and the requirements to use them. But they got FCR, mana regen, so they're pretty much your caster glove. I if I was going to if I wanted to go with removing Mage Fist and putting Chance Scars, like I said, you would have to get your FCR from a ring, and then you could put Travs on here and put a 5% FHR charm to obtain your 60 FHR breakpoint, where you're not really up and close doing melee damage, but it's just nice to have an FHR breakpoint. It just helps out if you teleport into a mob and you don't get stunned. It can still happen. So enough rambling on. Let's go and just do a little killing, so I can show you what I mean. If you don't have an infinity, so what? Roll this character, this particular setup, and you're good to go. We'll start off with just a typical run through every act, and I'll show you how quickly it is. As you can see, teleport around. Took me a while to find the tower, but I breezed to the tower, no problems. No infinity, no problem. A good tip that I like to provide to your new D2 players is if you're using headphones, like a good set of headphones, and you pay attention to sounds, like everything has a distinct sound that it makes, especially runes. Let me see if I got a rune in my stash. I don't have a rune in my stash, but I mean, things have like, that's the Enigma Maze Plate. Like heavy armors, they all, when they drop, when you hear that sound, you might need to go back and check. Same thing with charms. They just have that distinct sound. And if you're teleporting around, sometimes your mercenary will kill something. And if you hear a rune drop or a jewel drop or a ring or an amulet drop, just hold down Alt and go back and look for it. You never know how many high runes you might pass up if you don't pay attention to your surroundings, because they drop. Because just like in that last run, he killed a few things. Just when you're teleporting from room to room and you teleport into a mob, I mean, he's doing 5K, and he's got 35 crushing blow, deadly strike. So he can kill, he can one shot some of these monsters, and things drop like that. And if you know the sounds, you go back and look. I remember back in the day, runes were white. Their color, their title on the ground was white. So when you was to clear out zones, no telling how many high runes that we passed over back in the day. I think that was one of the greatest things they did when they changed the rune color. It's nice. So let's go back out in the field. Let's do a little pit run. Always pick up blue claws, magic claws. You just never know. No, you can't put sockets in them, but I mean, you might get some good stuff on these things. You might get a +3 assassin skills, +3 light trap skills, +3 death sentry. Like it's a godly magical charm that could improve your gameplay, or you can trade for a lot of stuff. Some D2 players are out here looking for just godly magical items. Claws is one of them. Never go over a set of claws without picking it up and IDing it. You never know what you're gonna get. So I got him anyway. If you got a monster that is cold and lightning, you just pop him with telekinesis and let your mercenary stab away at him. Now, if he's lightning, cold, and physical, just go the other way. You're wasting your time. Just pick up these boots, and again, pick up this blue set of claws, and see what you get. Come on now. Garbage. 22 MF, lightning resist, 30 faster run walk. I mean, if you was on an early ladder, you found something like that, I mean, that's not bad. It's not. But we don't need them, so we're going to drop them. And of course, I'm always picking up flawless gems for crafting. I love to craft things. One day I'm going to make me a 220, a two all skills, 20 FCR, 20 resist sorceress amulet. I've gotten close, but never the right one. Go ahead and recast your buff. As you can see, I'm teleporting around rather quickly, and in the pits especially, you got a lot of different cold and lightning immunities. You just got to switch around. Lightning would pretty much take care of everything in here. Some of these archers are cold immune. You just gotta pay attention and switch over. You hear that sound? Only sound in the game is a rune. When you hear that, a rune drops somewhere, so just pay attention. I didn't want to do that, but one to mind blast, one to lightning sentry. You get a lot of plus skills on these things, and you just never know when you're gonna get that godly assassin claw. So let's go to level 2, clear it out. See how quick that was?
Good to see you.
Man, I stopped to talk and, dilly-dally around, but it's pretty quick.
Yes?
No infinity needed. Garbage. 2 blades of ice. Nope. Go ahead and go kill Andy.
Hello.
Little lag spike. Alibaba, there he is. It's 2 rooms in there. Good to go. Good to go. Alibaba. Good secondary magic finding weapon. I'll keep it, put it in the bank.
Seeker.
If you want to do ancient tunnels, you can. You just gotta find it.
Stay a while and listen.
Another lag spike.
Good day.
Let's see, 2 sockets, nothing. I'll sell some of these, I don't need that many. I'll put him in the bank, transfer him over to another character one day. Move on to act number 3. You can do Kuras runs if you want. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. That's an easy one. Got a little deadly up in here for a minute. Hey, unique ring. So he dropped some demon high, some venom grips, I think. Let's see. Oh, ethereal too. Ethereal venom grip. 5% life leech, 5% crush and blow. I mean, I don't see any class that I play would need these things. Uh, I will hold on to them because they're ethereal. I don't know if anybody would want them, but I'll put them in the bank. And that is straight garbage. I mean, yeah, it's straight garbage. Garbage. That's what. Salamander's battle staff. Serpent Lord. I get those mixed up all the time. Hey. Arcane Targe. 4-socket. Enhanced damage. See if it has some resist on it and use on ladder. You make you a spirit, paladin spirit out of it. But it's just got enhanced damage. But that's a lot of enhanced damage for a shield and some AR. I mean, it's useless though. I don't know. There might be a demand for it. Putting some. I don't know what you do with it. I'm gonna leave it on the ground. If it's worth something, it's worth something. I don't know.
Impossible.
Yep. Alright, get out of Act 3. I'm not even gonna worry with Trevinical, the High Council. And we'll go kill Big Daddy D. Get this out the way. Oh, he got him. A poor mercenary. About to get me too. Jeez. There's the culprit right there. Yeah, he wiped me out. He had that spectral enchanted, whatever you want to call it, on him. Bad Mamma Jamma. Bad Mamma Jamma. I know I saw a full Jew over here. We'll get that. That Shaco. It'll sell for some gold. Yes, indeed. Tear you a new one if you let him. Come on, Tyrael. Go ahead and get this curse off of me. He had me gone, man.
What do you need?
Yep. Alright. Let's fill up the... Boom. You never know. Even with an infinity pole on that would have happened. I don't care what you say. Well, this chaos run here, it's deep with some, got some deadly stuff up in here. Oh shit. The worm had boots. But as you can see, other than that little hiccup I had with that that champion, that unique champion, or whatever you want to call him, pretty quick. Let's see. Hey, there's a. I mean, it's curses, but it's crap. Crap. Let's see. Huh. This ain't bad. 20 run walk, cold lightning. I mean, again, if you was just starting off on the ladder and you found something like that, that's pretty dang good. It ain't better than a trek, so we'll sell it. Came close to dying there for a little bit. We pulled through with the help of some juvenation potions. I'll throw these in there and go Google them up, see what an ethereal pair of venom grips supposed to look like, and if they got some good stats on it. If the rolls are good, I keep them. If not, I just give them to Charcy, let her have her way with them. And then we'll just go to Act 5 real quick. I'm not going to do a bell run. I don't feel like doing a bell run. This curse off of me.
How may I be of help?
You did your job, Malum. We'll go kill Nilithot real quick. Actually, I think I don't have Nilithot waypoint, do I? I do. I think I still got Pendleskin open though. Yeah. Well, I did. I guess he's gone. You always want to have a character that can do Pendle. Pendle can drop just about every item in the game. But in this case, he don't have him. He's dead. We're going to go kill Nilithot. Oh shit, see, you got them vipers down there. You don't want to mess around with vipers. Oh, get out! See, there they go. I mean, I should've, when I saw the vipers to my right, I should've got out of there. You can't. There's nothing you can do with that. I don't care what character you got. I don't care what you got on them. You teleport into a pack of vipers. Call it toast. Tell tell Diablo 2 Sanctuary they can have the 322,000 gold because you ain't getting it back. You done. You done lost it. These Tomb Vipers, lightning immune, poison immune, they just tear you a new one quicker than you want one. Even if you don't want one, they will tear you a new one. So we're gonna leave that video. Well, we're gonna end. I'm gonna come back and get my body. GG 3333. It ain't GG when them damn pit vipers are on you. Yes, indeed. Every time. So there you go. Minus the death at the end. Remember what I told you at the beginning? You avoid situations like that. I knew better. When I saw the pit vipers to my right on that side tunnel, I should have got out. I should have exited stage right. I should have never came back. But I was greedy. I wanted to get me a D key, and look what happened. Lost the gold, lost my mercenary. It is what it is. So I'm going to go get my durability built back
What do
up
you
just
need?
because I have to. Like so. No, I don't want to buy no damn axe. Get my mercenary back. Tomb vipers, pit vipers, whatever you want to call them. They only
Yes.
down that particular species. That's where they're at. They're down in the halls of vault, and they ruin your day. But this is a Charge-boltress, an Orb-boltress, whatever you want to call her, a hybrid. Some people say hybrids don't do as much damage. No, a fully properly geared lightning sword's doing what, 30, 40k lightning damage if you got charms and annihilixes and everything. But if you don't have an infinity, you can still make you a sorceress and magic find every area of the game. She can kill Bell, she can kill all the waves. You just gotta switch between Bolt and Orb. And like you'll know, like in Chaos you have your things that are immune to cold, and you have things that are immune to lightning. You just switch back and forth. Same thing, Act 5 Frigid Waypoint. Those monsters will always be cold immune. Thresh Socket will generically always be cold immune, so you just switch to Charge Bolt when you go to his area. And when you're going through, Whirlstone, you just switch back and forth. When you're killing the waves, you switch back and forth. If you got a cold and lightning immune, you just telekinesis and let your mercenary stab it. If it's cold, lightning, and physical, you just can't do nothing about it. Go about your business. And if you see Tomb Vipers, Pit Vipers down there in the halls, you just leave, exit stage right, don't come back. But this is, again, one of the most effective builds in the game. Um, no infinity, no problem. Roll yourself a hybrid, have fun. You don't need an infinity to be a dominating magic finding sorceress. You don't. If you have one, that's great. I have plenty of them. I have ethereal ones, I have non-ethereal ones. I have plenty of them. But you can magic find with a lightning sword, or you can call her a lightning sword because she uses lightning damage. And in fact, her lightning bolt damage is what, 12k. So even without fully synergizing lightning, you could still freaking use lightning if you wanted to. But Charge-boltress, give her a try, or Boltress, whatever you want to call her. They're fun. They can kill. They can teleport quickly if you build them this way with your FCR breakpoints, and you got max resist. But enough rambling on. Again, I hope you liked the video. The main thing in life and the main thing in Diablo 2 is having fun. You ain't having fun, you need to fix something. Thanks for watching. Have a good day.